Are we up? Is it running? It is working. Okay. All right. Good. Don't need to recap it all here, but we had Twitch trouble this morning. Logouts, forced logouts, new sets, resets with a new stream key, but it looks like everything's working okay. Spent the last half an hour. Wow. Okay. New project this morning. New project. New project. Here's a wood block. We have 3 blank blocks that I prepared last night. We're working on the shares that are going to go for the Patreon supporters. I've got a mock-up here. This is a mock-up of what we're going to be doing. It's just a color copy printout. It shows the outline of the share thing itself. The lettering actually didn't come through properly. It should be black. Doesn't matter. It's a mock-up. And this is the image that we're going to be using. I put a dummy image before. This is what the certificate will look like. And this is, as I said, it's a mock-up. The real object will be printed on washi paper. The share part of it, the lettering and engraving part of it, will be machine printed, of course, from a TIFF file. And this area alone will be a hand-cut, hand-printed woodblock print. So we'll be printing these things with a mixed media here. We'll print the share certificate itself first, mechanically, and then after that's done, I will cut registration marks on them and print this part by woodblock. And it's a famous Hokusai image, and it needs 3 blocks. A block for the sky, a block for the mountain, and a very small faint key block. Now, instead of making a wood block that's that big, we don't need a wood block that covers the whole thing because this is our area. So I put registration marks at the top instead of at the bottom. I put registration marks at the top, and what we'll be doing is when the thing is done, we'll be printing it off these small wood blocks like this. I've got 3 blank ones ready. And my job this morning is to transfer. I've made 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And what I've done is I printed this last night at the copy shop. And I don't know if you can see what I've done. There's Gampi paper. What I did was before I made this color copy printout, I stuck Gampi paper just in this area. I don't need to waste it. Don't need to do the whole thing. So what we have here is 3 sheets of paper now that have a layout for the certificate. They have Gampi paper with the image on it, and they have a clean registration in the one corner. I've got 3 blank blocks. So first job is to paste these down, and next job is to get carving. These are just inserts. What they are, it's a piece of plywood. Normally we do our wood blocks. Where are we? Where's one? Our wood blocks normally are a piece of core with laminate on top to cover the full sheet. Again, I don't need that. I don't need the whole thing. So what I did last night was I got my router and I routed out about 3 millimeters down a slot inside here. I took some pictures. Did I take some pictures? I don't remember. And then bang, got a piece of cherry, glued it inside. And then I put it through my planer. And then scraped it off with my hand scraper and finished off with some fine sandpaper. So we have 3 mini blocks inset into a piece of plywood. Gampi paper is made of Gampi. That's the name of the actual fiber. There's 3 kinds of fibers, plant fibers, commonly used for Japanese paper. One is Gampi, one is Mitsumata, and one is Kozo. Those are the Japanese names. And Kozo is the one we normally use for our paper. It's the one generally translated as mulberry paper. And I don't know if Gampi specifically translates as anything. It's just called Gampi. Touch more, I think. Maybe better on the height. Sorry about that. Height. Go man, go. Here, look at this. There we go. All right. I'll be back. I'll be back. Can I see it? Okay, there's one. Two more to do. Still up? Problems? Who knows? Oh, questions. Oh. When is the Great Wave being reprinted? The Great Wave is being reprinted constantly. Batch came in yesterday. people on the waiting list have been notified. Cameron's notifying people a group at a time. So if you're near the top of the list, you may be getting an email soon. If you're near the bottom of the list, no, it won't be happening just yet. And we've started in the next batch immediately. We normally do one a month or one every 6 weeks or so. But the blocks haven't been used for a couple of months. So we've got another batch coming right away. So the current batch of Great Waves, about 50 copies, is now ready for shipping. There'll be another 50 or so ready in about 2 weeks. I think somebody's asking about the glue there. Why do I use white glue sometimes? Why do I use this glue? This is used for when I'm doing wide color blocks. And I use this one for when I have key lines and stuff. The white glue is stronger. And I've got a little small delicate block here, so I want to make sure there's no chance of this stuff lifting up. So I'm going to use the stronger glue for this one. Put a bit too much on there. For big, wide, huge areas, we use for color areas, we use normally mucilage glue. Okay, there we go. Glasses again. Not sure where the edge of that thing is. Okay, let's get carving. Funny little box, nay. Oh, look at this. Comments. So I can't keep track of all of this. I'm sorry. Key block first or last. Okay, a couple of different things. In our normal work, we print the key block first. Always. 99.999% of the time. Key block comes first in our normal work. Any print is done with a key block, and then as we're doing subsequent colors, we can then see if misregistrations are developing. there's a bunch of confusion because over in our party room we do it backwards. The print party session uses the key blocks last for a couple of reasons. There's no time to do that. Normally when we print a key block we have to wait at least a day or so before printing the colors so that it doesn't smear. But in the party room there's no chance to wait a day. So the key last over in our party room. So that's a lot of confusion for people, I'm sorry. What is this? This block is the sky block, okay. Okay, I'm on camera. Looks good. Move it across a bit, I guess. Right. Alright, let's get going. I've got to carve this thing. Look at this stream. I'm sorry I can't see a tenth of what's going on here. Okay, let's do this. Let's get cutting here. There'll be 3 blocks, one for the sky, one for the mountain, and one for a very small line between the two. It's funny, this will be the first time I've ever made this famous Akafuji, red Fuji print. In all the years I've been making prints, this is one I haven't done yet. For many of the years when I was doing personal subscriptions, I avoided using the most famous prints. The idea about my work was to try and hunt up stuff that wasn't so well known, interesting prints that people didn't know about. So back in those days, I didn't do many famous designs. On this print, the red Fuji, it's the same as the Great Wave. It's one that any carver or printer who is working for a traditional company would end up doing lots because they all publish these things. But I've never done it, so this is my first chance to have a look at this Akafuji, red Fuji. Crispy piece of wood here, you know. It's a bit of a random piece because they're so small. I went upstairs to our wood little storage place. I'm trying to find some offcuts, pieces that wouldn't be spoiled from something larger. Okay, now, this is interesting. These cloud patterns on the Red Fuji, in the original print, the big, large size, they're made with itabokashi. And one side of the clouds is cut with a sharp line, and one side of the clouds is cut with a blurry line to give more of a cloudy effect. And I can't see that here in this version, so I don't remember. I better check with the original. I don't know, is it fuzzy on the top or the bottom? I don't remember. Let's try and find an original version of this print here. Excuse me for the diversion here. If I go to ukiyo-e.org, Hokusai Red Fuji. There we are. Okay, it's the bottom that's fuzzy. Okay. If you look at this thing in real life, the original, here, I'll find a link to you. Here's a link to one of the versions of the original print. And the blue in the sky, the top of the clouds is cut quite sharply, and the bottom of the clouds is cut in a fuzzy format. Now that's in a real full-size large print. Here on this little reproduction at such small scale, at such small scale, I'm not sure if I should be doing that or not, because it really doesn't, it's not going to come out so well. Not quite sure. With a small scale reproduction like this, how much to simplify and how much to get exactly the same as the original is always a question. So if we do the top like that, if we do the top edge fairly sharp, and for the bottom edge, I think if I'll tip this knife down way at an angle like this. And I think that should give me something that might look similar to the original. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that should work. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. So there we go. So the top edge of each one will be cut quite sharp, and the bottom one at an angle like this. Maybe after I do some test printing, I might rough it up a little bit along the edge to see how it goes. We'll see. Would I cut the fuzzy lines with a blunter knife? No, and we always cut with a totally sharp knife. What we'll do is, as I said, we'll cut what should be fuzzier lines. We'll do two things. One, we'll cut them at an angle, like this, to give the bevel difference. And then what they used to use in the old days, they didn't have things like sandpaper in the old days. There was a kind of a plant, a kind of a, what's the word? I don't know, a reedy type plant. It's the same kind of plant that they might, a rush, it's called a rush, kind of a grassy type plant. And it had a stem that had really rough texture to it. And they used to use that thing as a type of a sandpaper in the days before there were such things as sandpaper. It's kind of a rush, is the name of a plant. So what they would do is they would get that rush and then rub it along the areas that you needed to have roughened up. Nowadays we have, sandpaper, so we could actually do that with the sandpaper. But I forget the name of the stuff. It's a rush. I forget the specific name for the one that was used by printmakers. So they did. They would scratch up the block, scratch it and roughen it out. Tokusa, that's it, bingo, ha ha ha. If somebody can, whatever, Google it, it's a Japanese plant called tokusa. It might be called tokusa, Tokusa. It's a kind of a reedy type plant, and the stem has really, really rough characteristics. It's quite sharp. You can't cut yourself with it, but it's really rough. And it acted as a kind of a sandpaper in the days before they had sandpaper. And carvers would keep it on hand, and they would roughen up these edges that they wanted to be blurred. Tokusa. Is it findable? I've got some back in Ome. It grows down on the embankment behind the house, so I used to just keep some in my carving drawer just because it was cool instead of using sandpaper. Look at this, I'm doing it the old way. But it's functionally the same exactly. Mugwort. It's coming a bit by bit in English. Mugwort. Mugwort. Is that it? Mugwort. Common horsetail. I thought it was mugwort. What am I confusing with? That's part of it. No, this is fun. It's coming along easily. Ooh, lots more sky to go here. Let's pull off some of this paper. A bit too much of the gumpy paper still there. Why do I lick my finger? Well, it's convenient. What can I say? It's just a couple of seconds work. I'm not going to prepare some tools for that. It's just convenient. You know. I don't want too much water there. If we put lots of water on there, it will just take off the paper. I just need a tiny, tiny, tiny tap of moisture there. That's a funny, interesting question too. You know, the girls here in the office, you know, we sometimes still actually physically send letters and stuff. So we have a bunch of postage stamps here in the office in a drawer. You know, when we send letters or some small packages. And if I do it, I just grab the postage stamps, clip them out, lick them and stick them on the envelopes. And the girls from the office can't believe that anybody would actually do such a thing. They can't believe that somebody would lick a stamp and put it on an envelope. They have a special little thing they went to buy from the store. It's a little tray, it's got water, it's got a sponge on the top and stuff like that. And they would never, literally never, we've not had fights about this, but they think I'm crazy that I would just lick a stamp and put it on an envelope. And to me, that's like sort of normal. That's what postage stamps are. You lick them and you put them on an envelope. But they couldn't conceive of such a thing. The idea that somebody would do that is so strange to them. They were shocked when they first saw me doing that. I don't know if that's a cultural thing or a generation thing, or I don't know, no idea. Or a gender thing. These are girls and I'm a guy, I don't know. But it's a difference. I wouldn't do it any other way, and they wouldn't do it any other way than what they do. Postage stamps are for licking. That's how they're made. Whatever. It's not like you're licking somebody else's stuff. It's your own. Whatever. There's a tiny bit of oil in it, camellia oil. As thin as this paper is, putting a bit of oil on the back still helps it. Goes a bit more transparent, it's still a bit easier to see. this engraving and stuff, it has the appearance of money. You know, there's all this little curly engravings at the side of it, and the lettering. It looks like I'm carving some money here. So that's something I have never turned my carving skills to. It's carved some Japanese money. I don't think I need that kind of problem. You can see me in handcuffs. How long would it take to carve something like the border pattern? I don't know, a lifetime. I have no idea. I didn't really study it. It's just this tiny wood engraving. It's not designed for wood engraving. These things were steel engravings or copper engravings. You know, they're carving the white lines, not the black. You know, they're cutting out the white lines. It would be basically impossible to do this in wood block. No idea. No idea. They stick to their job, I'll stick to my job. Fridge we trust. I don't know what we talked about these things. I don't know. I've just destroyed all my copies here. The certificate we're doing here. This is black and white. They're going to say. I should scan it and put it online somewhere. Whatever. It's Mokuhankan woodblock prints, and it's a share in the fund certificate. Share certificate. Share in the fund certificate. Mokuhankan woodblock prints of Tokyo, Japan. We marked as 100 shares because we copied an old share certificate that has 100 shares marked on it. There's going to be a number. The first one that goes out will be the first person who signed up on the Patreon campaign at this level. It'll be number 00001. Let's do it with 5 digits maybe. And then it'll be all signed. This is to certify that the name will go here. And blah, 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 blah. This 22nd day of February. Blah, blah. They're going to be fun. They're going to be fun. It would be pointless to make it as a woodblock print. I mean, there's things to do with my time, and there's things that doesn't make any sense. But so that's the concept. It'll be 100 fun shares. And we don't expect to get in any trouble with the SEC. I don't think we're going to be. We're not advertising these as being an actual share in our business, but presumably the people who care about such things, the people that run the stock exchanges and stuff, are going to leave us alone. I think it's just for fun. But who knows? Maybe I need small type at the bottom of the Patreon page that says something, this issuance of these shares is blah, 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 blah. I don't know. We'll see. The other thing is too, I don't know if I'm being self-contradictory here with this thing. We've talked before about limited editions and stuff like this. But the fact that this is going to be actually a woodblock print. Part of it's going to be mechanically printed, but part of it is going to be a woodblock print. I'm going to sign each one as the owner of Mokuhankan here, and we're going to number and date every one of these things. So actually, this is going to be the first woodblock print I've ever issued that's numbered and dated. It's like those like artists do, limited editions, numbering and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'm being a total hypocrite here. I think this is different. They're not limited editions. We're going to number 1, number 2, number 3, and up they go. And whoever's going to get Mokuhankan share certificate number 1, well, it's already decided. It's in the Patreon database. I'll have to look it up and see who it is. I don't know. The first person that signed on when we started the campaign. And he'll get number 1. I'm not sure too how much of that information should be public. I don't know. We can't really publicize people's names, the people who are Patreons, I never thought about it. Is that public information on the Patreon website? The people who are our patrons? Is there a link to click that says click here to see who supports our campaign? I don't know. If that's private or if it's public. I didn't even think about that. So. I wouldn't post names without asking people first, but Unusual. Hear the kids' voices outside? It's Saturday morning, no school today. And my guess is that they are kids from some school baseball club. They're here to use the batting center. My guess, I don't know. You know, there are people living in this district, even though it's an entertainment and commercial district. There are people living upstairs in many of the buildings. There's a couple of apartments nearby. There's even a few leftover individual houses tucked away here and there between the bars and stuff. So there are kids. There's an elementary school on the other side of the main road. It is a normal district, actually, hidden behind all the commercial activities. But those kids sound like they may be waiting in line for the batting center. They come really early on Sunday morning. It's like, I don't even know, 6:30 or 7 o'clock it opens. Anyways, curious about the numbering stuff. If you are, I see somebody's asking already, what number am I? And just write to me and I can look up in the database, no problem. We're just going to do it in time order, people that just started. So I guess the bad thing about time order is that when we first started the Patreon campaign, some parts of the world were asleep, some parts were awake. So it wasn't really fair, but I wasn't thinking this far in advance, Repairs, thank you guys. I'm not even sure at the moment, I haven't looked it up recently, how many people are at this level. I think it's 50 or 60 or so. And then I've got to deal with the problem of what do I do with people who started off Patreon at that level. And then sometimes, this was the top level, it was $25 a month. And there were people who started at that level, but then maybe they felt it was a bit too much to pay, so they dropped to another level later on. So I don't know. And the idea, I think it says on the website, after a year of support at that level, you get this certificate. But if someone's done it for 11 months and then had to change because they couldn't quite afford it, like I'm gonna penalize them, what should I do? So I'll just play it case by case, play it by ear, Just be fair with people that have really tried to support us. We'll do this, This is not some mechanical robot doing all this. Because we do get a lot of that from the Patreon thing. People changing levels. It happens quite a lot. Those are little kids. Those are not baseball people. Those are little kitties. Quite unusual to hear those kind of voices. This is going to print nicely. I think it's going to be all right. Also too, I suddenly meant to mention, I know the first print party yesterday, the first print party of the day, the 10 o'clock session, there was one of our active Twitch followers. She probably isn't listening now because she's on vacation here in Japan, so she should be doing better things than watching Twitch streams. But the lady who's been posting some of her work on the Acolyte page was in the print party yesterday. And Cameron, I think he posted a picture of it, but when he posted it to the Acolyte page, I don't think he clued it together with her name. So this is the lady who has been posting recently some lino cut work on the Acolyte page. So the picture that Cameron posted yesterday matches that name about 3 or 4 posts down. We had a great fun. It was a funny party yesterday. There was the lady from my supporter, who's been this lady I'm talking about, who has been following Twitch. Then there was another woman who I know as an internet friend. I used to be active over on the Metafilter website. Haven't posted much there since I took up this shop. But every now and then, people who are Metafilter members, they come over here, and I know them from their Metafilter handles or their names. And they always let me know, "Hi Dave, I know you're from Metafilter." And so in yesterday's print party, there was one lady from that background. She's a Metafilter a friend. So I knew her, and we chatted and laughing about stuff, this and that. And then Ellen, the lady from Twitch, was there. We were laughing about this and that. And the 2 other people in the party who just sort of randomly came in here, they had no idea what's going on. Like, there's all of a sudden, everybody knows each other and what's going on, and they felt a bit like they were out of place because they weren't regular members or something. They had just stumbled into this. But that lasted about 5 minutes. They became okay. It was a really, really fun party. Just goofing off and laughing. And they made good prints. They all did a really, really good job. And it was a hoot. Just a hoot. It's too bad we can't catch them. There's no way to videotape these and catch them because there's just so much. The room is so small and tight, and there's so much interplay and interaction going back and forth between the people. There's no way you can video it and catch what this thing feels like, We've tried before to get a guy with a camera in there, but he just can't. You can't swing the camera around back and forth to catch all the people's faces and talking. It was a real hoot. Just so much fun for all of us. It's around 9 o'clock. I don't think we're going to get disturbed this morning. It's the weekend here, Saturday. Cameron's off. He's off for the weekend, as always. He won't be in this morning. Sugu-san, the printer, who always comes quite early, she's off this morning. She won't be here. It's Saturday. Awayama-san, for the construction downstairs, he won't be in today. He's off with his family. All these people who only work 5 days a week, insane. So what will happen is today is Saturday. I think in the shop it's Kawai-san, I guess. Kawai-san and Koizumi-san and me, I think. The 3 of us. So they'll be coming at around 9:20 or so. And we're now 1 week away. This is Saturday, and we're 1 week away from the Sanja Matsuri, which starts on Friday. And next week, I don't know what to do about streams and stuff, because it's going to be difficult. It's going to be chaos, out there. Next Saturday, not tomorrow, but the Saturday, a week after that, we'll have extra staff, 4 of us, 5 of us, maybe 6 of us. And I'm not sure what to do about streaming. It's possible the streaming might be disrupted, or maybe we'll try and put the camera up on the roof or something. I don't know. I can't promise anything because just we're going to be so busy with all that stuff. And even the schedule, the streaming at 8 o'clock in the morning, the festival isn't really going at that time. I don't know. Let me think about this. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see. It would be a shame not to do something. They set up the camera somehow, somewhere. If I just put the camera somewhere in the morning and set it up and turned it on, does Twitch do that? Will it just do an endless stream without, like 12 hours or something? What's the limit for streaming on Twitch? Because if that's cool, then I could maybe do that. Just find a place to set the camera up. Put the laptop beside it and just start the thing and let it run all day or something. I don't know. Someone hit him up about the Zoom. I'm too far out, I'm too far in. Sorry about that. What did I do? Look at all this conversation. I can't see half of this. I'm sorry. The festival is Sanja Matsuri, and here in Osaka it's the 18th, 19th, and 20th. The 18th is a fairly light day. The 19th there's lots of stuff going on, and the 20th is the main huge day when the three main shrines come out of their parking garage, and they're taken around the community. And on the 20th, there will be upwards of 100 portable shrines dancing and being carried and thrown around the district. There will be drunkenness, revelry, and whatever from morning until night. The 20th is the main day, but 19th also lots and lots of actions. 19th is Saturday. That's the day we're most busy because all the neighborhood community shrines come out on the 19th. And they're carried around the neighborhood. And then on the 20th, the community shrines are taken to the... no, wait a minute. The 19th, the community shrines are taken to the main shrine to give, to pay respects and stuff. Then the 20th, Sunday, the main shrines come out and are paraded around the district. Anyway, whatever. There may be a website. Look it up. Sanja Matsuri. It's one of Japan's largest festivals, and this area is going to be absolutely jammed. We warn our customers, if somebody books a print party, for example, at 1 o'clock on the 20th, we send them an email. Don't think about getting to the train station at like 15 before 1. Come an hour, 2 hours in advance. Because it's going to take you at least an hour to get here from the train station. What's normally like a 2-minute walk. There's rivers of humanity here. Is Mount Fuji active? I think 1710 was the last time. They have a scale for, how active volcanoes and stuff are, and it's considered alive. This is not one of those dead, extinct volcanoes. I think it was 1710, the last major eruption. It put a big new crater on the side of it. It was called the Hoei eruption, H-O-E-I, Hoei. There's a name. Each one of these eruptions has a name, and I think that was the Hoei eruption. I think it was 1710. And it dumped all kinds of ash all over Tokyo, Edo at that time. And there's lots and lots of discussion about what happens next time it erupts, because if that ash thing happens again, it'll basically take down all the electrical grid infrastructure. The ash and stuff falls all over the wires. And if it erupts and the stuff cascades towards Tokyo, it will be a massive, massive problem. 1710, I think it was. Somebody can correct me, find it. $17.10, $18.10. I don't remember it all. Long one. I think that's the longest one I've done yet. It's buzzing. Bzzz. Got the front window open, so who knows. What is the date on that eruption? Because somebody is 1710, is it? So this is cherry. It's the same mountain cherry. It's just I routed out. I routed out a slot in this piece of plywood, an inset a piece of cherry. Did it yesterday afternoon. I did it down on the first shop down on the first floor. It's a waste to use some bigger piece of cherry. Just we need a small area. So I routed out a slot, put a piece of cherry inside. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, lost the third one. 1, 2, 3. Because it's going to be a 3-color woodblock print. There will be the red. I'm doing the sky block now. There will be one for the red mountain, and there will be a key block for just the line up and down around the mountain. This will be printed in the oval shape that's left over on our share certificate that goes to Patreon. How's our time? We still okay? 9:15. We have a few minutes left before the boys show up. Kawai-san and Koizumi-san. And I'm going to, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to go and get some breakfast. I missed breakfast this morning because of the troubles with the computer. I've learned that because the video interface is flaky, I can't wait until 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the stream to set it up. So after I get up in the morning, have my shower, take the paper out of the freezer for whatever printers are here today. Today it's Ishikawa-san's coming today. And then I do a quick setup on the Twitch, like almost an hour before the stream, just to make sure the interface is working. Because if it doesn't, it takes me ages to get it set up. And this morning when I started to do that, I couldn't even log into Twitch. Twitch had logged me out for some reason automatically. And when I tried to log back in, the username and password didn't work. And I thought, hoo, have I been hacked? Quick check, went over to PayPal first to check that one. And then I checked a couple of other websites. No, they were all normal, just Twitch. So I tried to log into Twitch, couldn't do it. Had to go through the verify your account, please send an email, blah, 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 which came through okay. Set up a new password. And after setting up a new password, the message came, your old stream key is now invalid. Please authorize a new stream key. So all that crap fooling around took nearly an hour this morning. So I missed my coffee, missed my breakfast, missed everything. So I am a hungry duck. There I was, come 8 o'clock, ready for streaming time. What did I do? I could have just said, no stream today, I'm too hungry, I gotta go and get breakfast. I didn't do that. Not possible. solid red for the whole mountain. No, it's going to be a gradation. It's going to be red on the mountain with a gradation at the top where there's a dark shadow on it. This real print has a green area at the bottom of the mountain. We haven't gone that far down. So it's going to be a blue sky, which I think will be flat color, probably no gradation. The brick red for the mountain with a darker gradation from the top. And then the black outline. So it'll probably be a 4 impression print. They're called kawaii-san, so. There we go. It sounds like our day is about to begin. This must be kawaii-san, I think. It's 9:19. As I said, it's kawaii-san and the young new guy, Koizumi-san, today. I don't mind if it's a quiet day. I'm ready for a quiet day. We have lots of backup work and bookkeeping and print packing to do. So quiet day is okay. I think there's no print party at 10 o'clock. I think the first one is 1 o'clock today. The afternoon's booked, but the morning I think is open. How's the battery doing? Hanging in there? Now as for streams, today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. There'll be a stream tomorrow, and I suspect it perhaps might be a sizing stream. I've got to get some paper ready for Yamamoto-san, the young boy who's doing our great waves. He needs paper for the job that will follow the next batch of waves he's doing.
Oh,
good morning, Shiro-san.
どうぞありがとうございました。
Yeah, no problem, no problem. That's my job. これ、河合さんですか？そうか、はい。She came through quick. She won't stay and chat. They just up, down, bang.
Good morning.
Bye, son. How you doing? Hello.
赤富士なんで赤富士
赤富士です。そう。そう。
私
するってことある？
いやないですね。
ないです。難しいものでしょ？
結構
そう。ぼかしに合わせる。
下のぼかしが難しいです。
そう。でも、上だけです。
上だけ。
上だけ。
あとこの、潰しとか、こことこので2つ重なるから上が結構きっちり合わせなきゃいけないです。
小さいですけど大丈夫かな。
しっかり潰してとか。結構そういう。
多分4回するかな。おもはんと空と赤と。
なんかイベント？なんか
イベント？ No, it's the share certificate. その株。このもの。
はい。株の。
そう。
いや、いいですね。赤富士でこれやるっていうのは。
そう。悪くないでしょ？
悪くないですよ。
そう。
なんかいろいろ。
Say hello to the stream.
Hello. おはようございます。
It became a thing, didn't it? It became a thing. Kawai-san's morning bow.
Morning bow. I
got it in Yahoo last week. So, 95,000円。
95,000円でゲットは。
じゃない。売るね。
売り値もちろん。ハーフプライスぐらいですか？ゲットしたら3万、4万、2万？安い。
じゃあ問題は額でしょ。ガラスです。外した方がいいか。
なんかこの前はでもなんか5万ぐらいそのままなんかもう
そう。でもあんまり見てください。マットの色も変ですし、I don't know. So what about the green? No, we're not going to do the green on the Mount Fuji. Just So the bell there, just Kawai-san, he comes up the stairs first. He grabs the flag, goes down the stairs, rings the bell. Then puts the flag outside, comes back upstairs, rings the bell, gets the poster, goes down. So all the doorbell ringing is just the getting the shop opened up. No subtitles, me. Oh, you're listening over here in Kuman saying there's a new print in the shop today. I know I have no way to show it to you right now. I know on Yahoo Auction a couple of weeks ago, I bid on an Ito Shinsui Bijinga. There's a woodmark printed Ito Shinsui print. In fact, maybe it'll be online. It's called, the English name is Blizzard. The Japanese name is Fubuki. Fubuki. If somebody can Google this, Ito Shinsui Fubuki, you should find the image. And we bought a copy of it. It came up. I know it was printed in about, I don't know, 1983 or 1985, somewhere on there, just before I came to Japan. It was in the bubble era when they were making big projects because they would sell so easily. So there's a bunch of really quite high, very complex. I don't even know how many colors, 100 impressions or something of this one. And they sold for big prices, you know, $10,000, $15,000 back in the bubble era. And now they're coming out onto the market bit by bit. And I got one. I had to pay, you know, a chunky price for it. I didn't get it for free. And it's in the shop now. And that's the one that's in the shop at 95,000 yen, which is what I said a minute ago. And somebody's put it 95,000. So 95,000 yen, which in American dollars right now is about $900. And it's a really large print. I can't gesture large enough to show you what's going on here. And it's in a frame, beautiful frame. Maybe we'll put it in the flea market online. I don't know. It's difficult to ship because it's so large and it's in a frame with actual glass. Anyway, rambling here. I've got to get going. I've got to help set up the shop here today. We'll leave it at this. Look at this. Usually I zoom out. I don't have to zoom out today. That's the thing. It's going to be a small print here. Okay, I've got to get out of here. I'll be streaming tomorrow. It might be this carving continuing. It might be a sizing stream. I'm not quite sure what else it will be. And then stand by for next week. I'll really try and think about how to work this out. Maybe we can do some long streams, unaccompanied streams from the festival action next week. Put a camera on the roof, look down the street or something. I don't know. We'll see if we can figure out how to work that out. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here right now. Very much I'm getting out of here. Well, you've got it. eBay Ito Shinsui Fubuki Snowstorm. That's the print. That's the print. Okay, anyway, thanks so much. I'm out of here. Talk to you tomorrow. Step one, my camera out. We're now on a hot mic situation, but it's only me, so nothing to say. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching again.